What's up? This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
OD
Podcast.
Podcast. Period. Okay, we recorded.
Hello. I'm just playing.
I just want to start this episode off by saying Delta Airlines, y'all gonna pay for your crimes.
Wow. They really
I
trying to.
don't listen,
You know
what
what's
are
so
y'all
crazy?
doing up there?
Alicia, I called this because when I was going to Tokyo or something like that. One of them, I had to spend a lot of time in the Delta Lounge because I got there too early. It was so many people in there. I said they about to do something about this.
Well, you know what's crazy? They had already addressed that by limiting access. They said let's add some more to it.
Yeah, because I can't even use it no more. I have Delta status, but you have to have like um platinum or diamond to get in or
Platinum
something.
don't get none. So let me tell y'all, yes, you're right.
Exactly.
So first of all, yes, I agree they have started getting overcrowded, but a lot of that came from a lot of credit card travel influencers really showing people how to maximize benefits on these cards. So in reality, people are literally using the benefits that was given to them by Delta Airlines. Okay, let's
They're
be
not
clear.
doing nothing
On top
wrong.
of that, Delta is extremely profitable because of their credit card partnerships. Okay, so these people have made y'all money, and as a thanks, instead of expanding, possibly, you kick them out. Okay. So
They
let me just share this. As many of you know, if you fly with Delta Airlines, you earn status by spending a certain amount of money and flying a certain amount of miles. Starting
and using Lyft.
2025. Yeah, well, yes, that's not the same though. The Lyft drive rides go towards that status, but the status itself is
Yeah.
earned by the dollars spent and the miles. But the
Yeah, yeah.
Lyft partnership gives you miles, period, but it's not miles flown.
Yeah.
Now, Delta is eliminating the miles flown requirement and it's strictly off of how much money you spend with them starting in 2025. Let me actually go to the tweet because they pissed me off, actually. Actually, because I almost got silver status this year, but I'm not going on the flight that I was going to go on. All right, this is what happened. Miles no longer count towards medallion status starting in 2024. Only MQDs, what is it? Miles multiple count. Anyway, starting 2024, dollars or spend will count towards medallion status. Sky Miles Platinum Amex card holders will no longer have access to any Delta Sky Club starting in January 2024. It will now take a minimum of $6,000 to reach the lowest medallion status level, which is silver. It was 5,000 this year. I'm pretty sure it was 3,500 last year. Okay, just so y'all have some context.
Yeah, because
That
mine
is
definitely went
3,000
down.
more than it took this year. Also, it was 3,000 this year. Currently, Delta gives MQDs, which is qualifying dollar waivers, to those who spend $25,000 a year. Starting next year, that spend amount will only get you up to 2,500 minimum qualifying dollars. Okay, so basically, if you spend over the course of a year $25,000 on a Delta credit card, all you have to do is meet the minimum miles requirement, not the dollars, because they're like, because you spent this much money, you ain't got to spend this much on flights. We're going to cover that for you. All you need to do is fly this many miles and we'll give you status. But now it gives you nothing. Okay. Mind you, the only way to have that waiver is by having a Delta Amex credit card. Okay. So now that's people who, and this credit card has an annual fee of over $650. It might be 700 now. So people are paying an annual fee to have this access to these sky lounges, to have their qualifying dollars waived, all these things that makes traveling a breeze. Okay, cool. Delta has also taken a very drastic measure of restricting the number of times all card users can access sky lounges. Amex Platinum card, 6 annual visits per year. Amex Business Platinum Card, 6 annual visits per year. Amex Sky Miles Reserve, 10 annual visits. Now, that's in addition to spending at least $75,000 per year. Now, I'm telling y'all, it's people not even making that much money at their job. Okay, so you're asking them to use your credit card, spending this much money to then have a limited amount of visits at the in their lounges. Now, some of this I'm getting this from one specific reporter. I've seen the same news from all across the board, but I'll be glad to share this thread that I'm getting this information from. But yeah, so basically Delta used to reward you for flying with them. You fly with you just like most rewards program. You fly with me, I do this for you. You fly with me, I do that. But now they're literally only concerned with how much money you spend, and especially how much money you spend on their credit cards, which means a lot of people who have those Delta credit cards, they're actually useless now. Because with that $650 annual fee, you got a lot of things for free. You got into the sky lounges. You didn't have to spend the minimum spend to qualify for status. You get free global entry. You get a clear credit, if I'm not mistaken. You get a lot of different things that it's like, okay, this will actually cost me more than $650. So why not get the credit card and maximize my benefit? But now you can there's a Sky Lounge membership that costs like 100 or something dollars a year that will get you into certain Sky Lounges. But that after this year, that membership also doesn't get you into the club. So there's literally no benefit for real of having a Delta Amex. On top of that, a lot of people that have miles like certain statuses with Delta is because they flew with their jobs. A lot of people that were consultants constantly flying throughout the year. Even in your case, you travel a lot, so you were incentivized with having this status. But now none of that travel that you do for your job is going to help you. You're basically going to lose
Exactly.
that status.
I
So which
mean, that's what I'm
is
saying. It's over with for me.
it's very backwards because people are actually flying less than they used to because a lot of people have remote jobs. Travel has gotten a lot more expensive, but somehow you want them to find a way to spend this money with you. I'm actually not happy about this. I love the experience that I've had with Delta Airlines. I've never actually had any kind of status with them, but I exclusively fly with them. But it's to the point now where I might as well fly United or American, who have way more routes and are less expensive and are not bad experiences to fly with, if we're being honest, but it's not as nice as Delta. But in reality, if I could save $1,000, I have literally spent hundreds of dollars more to fly with Delta. That's a fact
Yeah.
because of the experience. But you know what I can see happening out of this is, and this happens often. Sometimes a competing airline or a competing company will be like, "Hey, however many points you got with Delta, we'll match it. So you can come over here and get status." And they're gonna be real mad because Delta has been through a lot. They've had bankruptcy, they've had a decreased demand in travel. They even had a little drama last week when they hired what's that football player who there's a football. Y'all don't watch sports. Not Tim Tebow. Tom Brady. They hired Tom Brady to. It's some kind of consultative position. It seemed more like a that's my homie. I owe him a favor, so let me get him this big position
But
thing
ain't
because
no
he's been
telling.
yeah, for real, because he has had a lot of bad PR himself. But I don't know. I'm not really pleased with what's happened. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. A lot of people are not like avid spenders or travelers, especially in today's climate where everything costs significantly more money. And now you're asking people to spend even more money. But I can definitely foresee a lot of people canceling that credit card, no longer finding the purpose in having it, and just taking their business elsewhere. And I can't blame them. And it sucks because dang, Delta, like, this is not a good idea. And then I never get to the airport early enough to even go to a Sky Lounge, but I've gone to one before when I got to the airport early, and I enjoyed it. It was a little packed in there, don't get me wrong, but I also went to a very basic one. I was at Fort Lauderdale. But either
Yeah,
way, it's
I'm gonna
to
miss my
me.
little I'm gonna miss my little espresso martinis from the lounge.
And see, I don't even
Damn.
drink, so I never saw the purpose of going to the lounges. But I will say now, I'm pretty sure there's other factors that contributed to this decision. But to me, as a consumer, I would think that maybe you should expand the lounges, create, open more or something like that to control, or maybe require reservations or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It sucks. What are y'all doing? And maybe they'll take this backlash and adjust it because I remember Chick-fil-A tried to get rid of the side salad. People were not pleased and they was like, April Fools. But y'all was definitely trying to get rid of the side salad. So anyway, I just want to say that Delta Airlines, you will pay for your crimes.
Chick-fil-A make you pay for they didn't get rid of the side salad, but they make you pay for a dressing for the side salad. If you don't get a full size,
Oh,
they don't give you a dressing. I think that's
let me
stupid.
take a look. That I don't even want to see it. I'm gonna be pissed off. Wow. Okay, well, here we are. Now I
Now
do
I don't
hope
know if
that
that's just like specific, like location specific, but I have
yeah.
seen that being a complaint a lot on
I
online.
wouldn't be surprised, and that's why I get extra with my salads and I save one for later. But you know what I do hope in exchange for this, because Starbucks also is one of those people that really like downgraded the value of their rewards program. Like there used to be a time where you could get a free drink for like 100 points, then it was 125 points, and now I think it's 175 points. And again, it's because so many people are now number one, it's costing them money. Number one, number two, more people are utilizing these benefits that y'all made available to them. But I do know that they recently had a partnership with Delta where you spend a certain amount of money, get a certain amount of miles. So I do hope at the very least, that Delta allows more opportunities to earn Sky Miles, which can be used as a flight credit. Because what Starbucks did is they used to in the past with their rewards program, you used to get a certain amount of points for every visit, not for every item. No, hold up. They used to get a certain amount of points. Oh, you know what it was? Yes, you got points for a certain amount of visits and not for the amount of money you spent. So you could basically get a $2 coffee 12 times and get a free drink. But that would be no different for somebody getting a venti ice mocha, yeah. You still got the same amount of points. So they made it to where there was more ways to earn points. So I just hope that they have a backup plan because I would hate to see Delta lose profit like market share over something stupid like this.
Yeah, like
Anyway, I'm done with it. Who you
right.
got for Black Bins of the Week? Before I get pissed off.
I'm so glad I can say piss now. You have no idea.
You said it every time. That
Because
joke is
every
clearly
time I hear
triggering for
you, I
you.
think it's every time I hear you say it because the fact that I couldn't say it, you would
Yeah,
overly say it because you're like, I can
I
say
be
piss.
pissy wissy, baby.
Anywho, so this week for Black Business of the Week, is gonna be one of my new friends. Her name is Rhea Davis. So I met
Did
Rhea.
Sonny just shout her out? Was she on the Breakfast Club?
Yes, that's why I was shouting her out. I met her at an event. I'm trying to figure out where specifically I met her at, but I don't remember because I just be meeting people and passing all the time. However, I just ran into her again at an event 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, this little music event. And we were just having a conversation. She didn't even tell me that she was going to do the Breakfast Club, but we just were having a conversation about just like work and her career as a journalist and the things that she's done. She's done stuff for allhiphop.com, Neighborhood Talk. This is R&B, which is something that I used to look at all the time. This is R&B because that's how I would find new artists. I still kind of go on there every now and again, but it's not that many R&B artists. They always posting like throwbacks and stuff like that. That's neither here nor there. But my girl is I don't know if she's on there all week, but she was on
No,
the
she's.
Breakfast
I think she
Club this
did
week.
two
So
days. I think. Yeah.
yeah, so I was shouting her out to give check my girl out. Her Instagram name is I am Rhea Davis, all one
RETA,
word.
right?
Yeah, REA. Yeah, we'll have it in episode notes. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
put in episode notes. I saw Sunny shout her out as going to be a co-host on the Breakfast Club. Now, I think it's really iconic that she was able to make it up there. But there was a couple segments, and maybe it was just maybe she didn't do it the whole time. But they were talking, and she just kept trying to finish their words. I'm like, why is she doing that? That's no shade to her. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to like
oh,
throw salt on the segment. But I was like, why did she? And I had to check the comments. Like, am I the only one noticing this? But maybe she was just excited.
I'm sure she was, especially being
Mm,
around them people like that. Like Breakfast Club, whole
she used to
when
it.
when it comes to stuff. Well, that's the thing. So we were having a conversation about like her doing red carpet stuff, and I was telling her, I'm like, there's no way that you still get nervous doing that stuff years afterwards. She's like, but you just never know how these people gonna respond, if they're gonna respond, And she's
Yeah, I
like,
heard that red carpet is humbling for real.
yeah, and it's different for us specifically because we come from the East Coast. So even if you're from New York people are more aggressive than people from the South. But what I will say about people from New York is that they will help you. That's how I take aggression. If you're gonna be
Mm.
rude, not necessarily rude, but if you're gonna be aggressive or be that direct about something, but you're helping me in the process, I don't mind it. Or if you're giving me some good
I ain't
advice,
got time for it. You better save it for David.
I'm not. I'm the type of person to where like I hate people that complain to people about stuff but don't have any um solution or don't have
Yeah,
it
no, I
like
understand. It's like,
you
okay,
know what
so
I'm
what are you
saying?
gonna do about it?
Yeah, like okay, I'm
Yeah,
this is this way. So what do you have? I don't know, but it's just not. That's you can't. Well, why are you here? But
yeah.
anywho, no, we were just having a conversation about that type of stuff, and she was saying that she always gets nervous. So in my head, I'm like, girl, I know your behind gonna be nervous on the Breakfast Club.
Also, I want to add that you can get up to two dressings included with your side salad Chick-fil-A. So you need to stop going to the one that you go to because they scamming.
Okay, I'm gonna screenshot that and show us something this time.
But okay, shout out to her. We'll put her information in the episode notes. But yeah, I definitely saw Sunny tag her. Look at y'all got a lot of people in common.
We do. I actually saw Sunny downstairs from my building maybe like a week and a half ago. She was like downstairs. I'm like, ma'am,
What is you doing here?
I
Hey,
think she
Sunny
lives
been
there.
getting busy though, man. I'm proud of her for real. Now that's one person. that she don't take no for an answer. She like is exactly what it takes to make it in the industry. The situation that she be saying that she's told, I'm like, I ain't even mad at it.
Oh
I
yeah,
ain't mad
my
at
girl
it.
be outside. See, for me, I don't be having that energy in me because in order for me to be that social, I have to be drunk, and that gets tiring. Like I don't like how I feel after I'm drunk. Literally, I got drunk at the Beyonce concert, and I don't think this has ever happened to somebody else. But have you ever gotten a hangover while you were still up? Like
No,
it
I
was
think I've only
happening.
had two hangovers in my entire life, and they happened the next morning, and I thought that I was dead.
So I had a hangover at the Beyonce. I mean, after the Beyonce concert, while I was on the way home, like I started getting a hangover. I'm like,
Did
how
you
the hell do?
drive?
Huh? No,
You
I
drove?
was in the
Oh,
Uber.
thank God.
It took me what almost 3 hours to find the car, but yeah,
How
it was
was
a
the
mess.
show? You went to the birthday show.
I went to the birthday show. It was fine. Like that type of situation was perfect for me to go by myself, only because I got to move how I wanted to move, and um because where I was sitting at, I was sitting in like the 117 section, but I was sitting on the last row, so I was able to like walk
Oh,
around the stadium a little
that's
bit.
why I like. That's why I like being at the end of the row. Look, at least your
And
seat
some
existed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was a mess because the people in front of me, four people had those seats. Like four different people bought seats in front of me, so it was a mess. Luckily,
Wait, that didn't exist or what?
they all like so it was like four seats in a row, right?
Uh huh.
But four different groups of people bought those same seats, so they all had a ticket for that same seat.
Oh, see, dang, that's chaotic.
But the people who got there first wasn't moving. I
And
mean,
I
for
wouldn't,
obvious
especially if my
reasons,
ticket's legit.
y'all all have a ticket, and they wasn't mad necessarily, but they didn't really know what to do with them. So I'm like, that's why I'm glad that I got mine by myself because my friends who I was supposed to go with didn't get in. One of them, he bought his ticket from StubHub, and I knew I wasn't finna trust him. He bought his ticket from StubHub, and it was already used, so he couldn't get in. He bought it
How?
in the Uber on the way to the stadium. Um, then my other Jerron didn't get in. He didn't get in either.
Really? And then he got his from StubHub.
I don't know where he got his from, but he was. I told him what happened with me and my ticket, and then he was like, "I'm on the way down, about to buy it in the Uber now." He was with people, and he texted me and was like, "We can't get in."
He couldn't get a ticket. I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't know. It was so many
I
people that
can't lie. I've never bought a resale ticket before, and I don't plan to ever. If I can't, then I'm just not meant to go. I'm sorry.
I've
But when
never had.
instinct tickets go on sale, all y'all need to be going to bed because I need to be there.
Um, the thing about it is, every Beyonce concert that I've went to in the recent years, I've never bought a ticket in advance. I think for the Miss Carter tour, I did buy a ticket in advance, but that was the only one. Oh, and the Formation tour, the first one
So
of
you
them.
just be paying double plus every
No, I
time.
don't.
Oh,
I literally be paying 150 for floor seats every time, but
except
that's
this
because I
time.
buy one.
Yeah, yeah, true. I do think it's
You,
easy to just get one
you know
for
what I'm saying? Like
sure.
because I buy one, so it's easy for me to just find a ticket. And then one time I ended up, me and my friends did it, and we all got the same row.
Oh wow.
I did
Okay.
it for the Rihanna concert, the
Yeah, I was
anti
gonna try
tour.
the last minute resale for Drake, but I really don't care. I don't even be hearing much about the show, to be
The
honest.
thing about it is the first two shows out here that Beyonce did, the day of resale was so low that I should have known. I
That
should
that
have known.
Monday
They
show.
were so low. Like I should just went. I could have for the price that I paid. I could have went to both shows and the show in Atlanta.
I mean, my cousin was looking at shows in Houston and they was asking for $8,000.
Oh
So
yeah, Houston is going to be insane because that's what she
I
from.
think Megan gonna end up performing. There was some stuff going on where Megan's supposed to be at a Global Citizen event, and
At
now she's been
Made in
canceled. And
America,
oh, it's made in America. Oh, I thought it was Global Citizen. But
one of
yeah,
them.
it's at the same time as the Beyonce show, and I'm like, that's not a
Yeah,
coincidence.
they
Yeah.
said they took her off the headlining thing for Made in America
She
on
said, I
that
don't
same
care how
day.
much I pay. Let me tell you something. Megan always been fine, but like her slim body, I'm like, dang, if my mom didn't put no perm in my head, I would look like that too. She looks amazing. I can't lie. It's like, and I know she looked like that prior to her like blowing up, but
Yeah,
even when she gains weight, it's not like it's like in the right places. I'm really jealous,
yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
Like,
she
excuse
definitely
you?
is blessed. I always tell people like I don't dislike my body. I just want it to be stretched out more, and I feel like her body is perfectly proportioned.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
I'm not short at all. Like I'm 6 foot even, but I feel like my upper body is just too short. Like I need it to be stretched out so it can look
Yeah.
right. Like my arms are short for my height and everything.
Yeah, I
I don't
understand.
know,
When I
but
see girls that weigh the same as me or more than me and they have a flat stomach, I be like, nah, why? Why my genetics had to get down how they did?
people be doing stuff um behind closed doors, and I ain't saying Megan did. Let me start there.
No.
I ain't saying that
But
she
her
did, but
body
I'm
has
just
looked
saying
like that
people.
before, so it's not like,
Yeah, and
but she looks so
you can
good.
tell like her body is very natural, but she definitely like she been in the gym. Her and Black China. Black China body look a little too cut though. Megan's
Oh yeah,
body
I
looks
did see
soft
her looking
still.
like Angela Bassett.
Hmm.
Yeah, Megan looks amazing. I can't even flex. But anyway,
I
all
love
right,
it
we need to move on. So let's get into shop talk. Halle Bailey is pregnant.
for
I
sure.
think we
My
might have hinted at it before, but I'm sorry, baby girl. Somebody said she been dressing like Andre Leon Talley.
somebody said, Hallie, them titties telling a story,
And
and
her
I
face too.
won't let it go. Yeah, her it's. I hate to be that person because I don't like to put stuff on women, but
Yeah, I get it.
it the signs is there. I'm sorry, because I mean we clocked Sierra too. Sierra trying to hide it. I'm like, girl,
And
it's clear that you're
one
pregnant.
other, but we ain't gonna say it out loud in the show because she ain't even said nothing about it
Who name start with what?
like this. Come on, you went to their birthday dinner. Or you supposed to. They went in labor around their birthday.
On
Started with a this.
yeah. Oh wait,
Yeah. She's never acknowledged that she had a baby.
she never will.
That's what I'm saying. Like we like is I I don't know how I think I saw some I don't know, but there was some allegations and then she just disappeared.
Oh, like more?
I'm saying like there was never anything else. She never showed up anywhere else. She never showed her face, never showed her body. And when she after she had the baby, she snapped back. She had a performance somewhere. She looked like her regular old self, but nobody ever talked about it again. That's
T.
all. I know for real. That's something I do. But I'm just saying it's just funny because she had wore something that was very obvious that she was covering up her stomach. People was making comments, and that was the last thing. That was the last you seen to her.
Also, light skinned Keisha is pregnant, which I had
She
no idea.
is.
And what's so
And
crazy? I
when
was
you
just
said you was just hanging with her, how did her
bro.
stomach didn't look like nothing at all? But you know what
I
though?
have the picture on my page.
Yeah, I
Like
remember you posted it. But
I
even the way
posted
you
it.
posted it, it looked like she could have been pregnant. And you were just hiding her.
No, I posted 2 pictures. Look at this. There's no way that I like
I will say this though. I feel like there's a phase after the first trimester where the woman just wakes up and their stomach be big.
this. Don't look like pregnancy
Yeah.
body. So I
This is
didn't
like a
know.
regular belly.
And this was at the club. Which is, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like now I didn't see her drink. And now that I'm looking back at the videos when they were bringing the bottles and stuff to the table, she was literally pouring everybody else shots. And then and then she literally had 2 people standing in front of her the whole night, so you really couldn't see her stomach.
And you saw her at night.
Yeah, it was in the
So
club.
it
So
was
I'm like, that's
man, and then she
crazy.
beefing with the other baby. I didn't even know Coco had another child. All right,
Anywho,
we ain't gotta talk about it. Y'all see
all I
how he
gotta
don't want to talk
say
about his
is,
industry friend.
all I gotta say is, no one wins when the family feuds. I don't know what that means there.
Okay. All right, on to the next. Who else did I have something? Oh yeah, okay. Listen, y'all. I love some good ratchet activity. Okay.
Oh
I
God,
am a hood booger myself. I'm reformed. I've been shaped a little bit by both education and corporate America. So I tote the line. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think the way that Suki Hana operates sometimes is cute. That's just my personal opinion. I
yeah,
don't think that even I it's like I think the hyper. This is why. This is why. Obviously, I think it's okay to be your true self. Don't pretend to be nobody else. But I do believe there's a time and a place, and I'm not a big fan of the hypersexuality because I think that there are dangerous things that come along with it. No matter how much you can defend yourself, no matter how much people might think you're smart, you attract a certain kind of energy. And while the person who brings the negative energy is also at fault, you do still have a responsibility to protect yourself. That's what I'm just so for example, we know people be carjacking. We know people breaking houses, so we get alarm systems. We lock our car doors, but that doesn't mean that oh no, the robber just need to stop robbing. You also still need to protect yourself. And I just feel like Suki, and maybe she doesn't desire to be taken seriously, but I think that it's hard to gain a certain level of respect or seriousness when you carry on the way she do sometimes. I just That's just me. Maybe I'm being a pick me. Maybe I'm worried about respectability politics, but I just think that there is a time and a place. And the VMAs, the BET Awards, BET Hip Hop Awards, none of that. I don't think that. I just don't think it's appropriate. I don't like it. It's very cringe to me. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Now I know
Um,
Sexy Red is ghetto. I talked about that. I do think it's funny and authentic, but even the stuff that she raps about, especially that song with Suki, I'm like, okay, this is for real. Like, and I think it's just a slippery slope of censorship, right? I think that it might have started off with like, oh, we want to twerk in videos, and it becomes, oh, we want nudity, oh, we want to talk about this kind of stuff, oh, we want to talk about. It's like I feel like once you like teeter the lines, it's a slippery slope beyond it. It's going to continue to evolve and evolve and evolve until we're at a point where it's like, oh, where did we go wrong? Well, it started when we let Uncle Luke put the album out, and here we are. And I know the Constitution got freedom of speech and all that, but I do think that it's just you can't allow one thing and then not allow the other. We paved the way for stuff like this, and now this is what we have as representation.
no, I get it, and I fully understand why that would like bother people, especially people with kids or who want a family in the future, or just in general, just because you don't want to be exposed to that type of stuff. And I had this
Yeah.
conversation this past weekend because I read some things. There's a party. There's a okay. Backstory. So I have a friend. And my cousin Micah. Micah is a part of that company, but I have a friend named Frank. Frank has a company called Deviant, which is so it first of all, it started off as a circuit party. Now, a circuit party is a party where you wear like BDSM type clothes, but those spaces are usually only white people.
Mhm.
And so obviously you have black people that want to enter those spaces too, but they don't really have a space where it's like a lot of black people where they feel comfortable. You're literally entering a white person space when you come into stuff like that. And so
Mhm.
I respect that. Like that's a place they have a specific place. It's at nighttime where you go. That has nothing to do with me, even if I'm not into it. If I am into it, whatever. I've been before just to support them, but that's just and I tell them that all the time. That's just not my thing. Like I'm in my head, I'm like I always wondered. I'm curious. Like maybe I would like it because in reality, I do like to wear stuff like that. Like I wear fucking bondage clothes on the street. I mean, not like
Mhm.
sexually, but I wear
The
chokers and
style, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I'm like maybe I should go, but it wasn't for me. And so there was a conversation that came up about public sex. And see, my face totally went to the left because here's my thing with that. We're in an age in day where we're holding people accountable for sexual misconduct
Mhm.
way more than we were before, right?
For
So
sure.
for me as a person, I don't have kids. I don't know if I ever have kids, but me personally, I can specifically remember hearing. Now, this was years ago. I remember a story my mom told me about her being on MARTA and somebody exposed themselves to her, and she was fucking traumatized.
And same thing happened to me on MARTA at a train
She was
station.
fucking traumatized.
Actually,
Like,
3 times I was exposed to somebody's penis on MARTA. Swear
you
to
see what I'm
God.
saying? Like
Mhm.
stuff like that is traumatizing. Now I get that some people aren't phased by stuff like that, but you don't know what the fuck people had going on in their life. Like stuff like that is not normal to everybody.
Yeah.
And y'all have to respect that. Not saying that you just have to be a prude or whatever, but I feel like you're saying, it's a place for everything. Like,
Yes, and places like MARTA are private entities that have a code of conduct. This is not your personal home.
yeah, like I don't. Mm-mm. Now for
Yeah, I
me,
don't like that.
I don't think now me personally I wasn't offended by Suki or Sexy Red. I be thinking shit like that is hilarious only because
You grown.
I've grown, huh?
I said, cause you grown.
Yeah, because I'm grown, and then also I grew up watching people like Anna Nicole. She walks. She came to VMAs topless.
Yes, and I have something about that too. Yeah.
A whole, but you know what I'm saying, and that was all looked at as iconic, like even down to just
But there were people who also didn't like the way you know what I'm saying? I think that the shock value is not even a new feeling. It's just so because I saw that Suki posted some examples of other people that were like very lewd and expressive at
yeah,
prior VMAs or other events. And I don't discount that, but people also had an issue with it then. And I also think that in this particular time or era, there is no okay, for example, like people say, oh well, you know, you got to raise your own kids. I'm not trying to be a role model. I totally understand that, and I agree. It's like you still have to instill those values in kids, show them the way because they're going to see things, they're going to experience things in life, and it's up to them to decide like what path they want to take. But I do also feel like with this generation, there is no like progression to maturity anymore. It's like kids are being exposed to things. I think that when you learn certain things early on, it impacts your decision making for that day going forward. Like I was exposed to sex very early, and I've always been very sexual in how I talk, very explicit. And I have never been a very I'm not like somebody who has a lot or has had a lot of sex in their life. If we've been, you know, honest on this show, like I've never had like a lot of partners and stuff like that. But I also had sexual desires at a very young age. And even though I didn't act on it, I shouldn't have my mind should not have been on that because now I'm noticing certain things. I'm no longer innocent in that aspect. And I'm no longer like nervous to hear certain things instead of that I should have been worried about other things that were more important to me instead of being in grown folks business literally because sex might be done for pleasure but it also exposes people to health risks. You know, people have illnesses, people have babies, and a young child having a baby, it literally throws off the entire trajectory of their life. Yes, they can overcome that, they can recover, they can still have a successful life, but a 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 12-year-old, 16-year-old having a kid does not know what they're doing even if they have a supportive parent. It's like you are in the middle of grade school. You have not even accomplished the bare minimum when it comes to education and things like that. I just think it's a slippery slope. That's all I'm saying. I do think that we have all been kids and we all have stories about things that we knew we had no business
I was
looking
about to
at,
say, I'm like,
no
I know I
business
did,
seeing. But even
even
then,
at school
you
though,
don't
because
have
I'm
to
in a
sneak
public school,
anymore.
so I'm
You open up Twitter and you got porn on your timeline, and Twitter ain't like, oh, you 16. Let me not show you this. It's literally all an algorithm. And I just think that things was just not as accessible. Like I remember when there were like sexual magazines, you had to show an ID just to walk into the store. Or if there was a porn channel, if your parents or somebody didn't pay for it, the channel was barely scrambled. We had to like try to get little bits and pieces. But now my niece and my nephew, who are not even 15 years old, not even 10 years old, can see the exact same stuff that I see. And I think that's very scary. And so now they're having conversations. Now they have close friends. Now they have Finstas. Now they have group chats on their iPhone where they're doing things that should not even be on their mind at a young age. And now their focus is on that, doing this grown up thing instead of things that actually can create and evolve them into a good adult, a good human.
yeah.
If that makes sense. So I
I
don't like that. I just think it's a slippery slope. That's all.
I think personally, like I don't have kids, and I hate like chiming in on conversations about children and stuff like that because I don't have that experience. But I have kids in my family, my nieces and nephews. I help really raised them because I had to watch them the most when I was a kid. But I think for me, I think that regardless of if they put it on the internet or not, they're going to be exposed to it in some capacity early on, even if you try to hide it. Because I feel
For
like my
sure.
mom did a good job as to keeping that stuff away from me. But what I will say is, if I did see that or she know that I seen some stuff, instead of like scolding me for it and like yelling, she would talk to me about it, like
Yeah,
explain
and
it
I
to me,
think
like
that's
this is
necessary too.
normal.
Because
This is
the parent
something
still
that's
has a
normal.
responsibility. I
For
agree. But I
sure.
guess for me, it's like, yes, I was exposed to that stuff early on, but the time that kids are spending now on their phone on the internet, I was outside or I was watching the Disney Channel or I was,
Yeah,
playing a video game. So, and that's like, obviously, every generation is going to have their things that they deal with, but I do think that these kids are just born into adulthood. Like, it's just nothing to be left for desire. So, and even when I see some of these young influencers, 21, 22, get married, having kids, and now their followers who are significantly younger than them are thinking like, oh, I need to do this now before they 35. They divorced, they got multiple kids, they lost their youth. And it's just like, where is the like natural progression? And maybe I'm sound like an old lady. I don't know. But I hear conversations that kids have, and I'm like, you shouldn't even know about that.
we
And you
did.
can know about it, huh?
We did.
But I know, but I'm talking about the accessibility. It's just extremely. I'm telling you, the kids in my life, the stuff that they see and talk about, they be sending nudes in the second grade. Like it's just, It's just what it's extreme. It's and then it is what you gonna not give them a smartphone because every phone is a smartphone now, and
Yeah.
there's an app for everything, and they're always gonna be some steps ahead of us because we're not in their phone all day. Remember when we was younger, they tried to ban Facebook on the school computers, and we found those proxy websites that could get us
Hmm.
around it. So I'm just saying, like there are certain. I agree. Yes, we did get exposed to those things, but it's dramatically different. I'm telling you, and these kids are having sex, and they're not even 10 years old, like for real. And we had classmates that were too, but it's if you hear these conversations, it's like, am I talking to a kid or am I talking to my coworker? Like it's actually crazy. And so we open up our apps, we see people like Suki, we see such sexy red, yada yada yada. We had Lil Kim, we had Foxy Brown, but we didn't know their personal lives. We saw their music videos and
Yeah.
we saw their interviews and things like that. But we actually are a part of these people's everyday life. They got OnlyFans. You think you got to upload your birth certificate to to subscribe to OnlyFans? You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's just extremely accessible, and I think that there's no way possible to scale that back. So I just think that the kids are just gonna be way more mature for their years than they actually should be, and it bothers me because I just think about. I think that young kids that want to look mature, dress a certain way, wear makeup, do certain things, they attract a certain audience that they might not realize they're attracting, and they can
I
find
was just
themselves
about
in
to say that
situations.
because I feel like because I was just looking at a picture of Jordan Woods and her sister. I'm like, dang,
And her sister is not even, she's like 15, right?
she's like 16, 17, but she looks like her age. Like she is like they hit the same
Yes.
type of glam. She got
And I'm
wigs and
sure she probably doing some things, and that's no shade. But she's in this same kind of environment. And I think even makeup, I know girls that were wearing makeup, getting their nails done and stuff like that. But even like the way she dresses and the way she poses, I'm like, there's nothing innocent about this. And it's like they're gonna be burnt out before they turn 30, and that's why they think 30 is old now.
I my
And
even we were sitting there talking about we were talking about that like dang, it's so crazy how close in age they look or they seem, but they so far apart. And then they were saying that they even think that Jody did something to her body. I'm like, that
I
young?
wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I used to hear about, and I didn't hear much about this in the black community, but white girls were getting breast implants. They were in high school.
Oh yeah.
They're getting lip
Let me tell you
fillers.
something. That is more common than you think. And I didn't know that until I
Oh, I
worked at
know it's
Mac.
real common.
Until I worked at Mac. When I worked at Mac, I had a coworker. One of my coworkers from Mac was telling me that it is common in her culture to get nose jobs. She was Korean, and said that she got a nose job at 14 or 15, like 14th birthday or something. And she was like,
Let me
that was
tell you,
normal.
yeah, and I believe it. And your nose ain't even fully grown yet. And that brings me to another thing. I know a teenager right now who wants work done on her face because of influencers, because she thinks that her lips are too small. She thinks that her forehead is too big. And it's like, you shouldn't even be having these thoughts, man. And I do know that when we were in high school, we definitely start to get to know our own bodies and we find things that we might not have liked. But it's so prevalent and so accessible now that these kids really are depressed because they think that they're ugly or they don't like their body, and it's not even who you are gonna be. It's just I feel like the baddest best version of myself was in my 30s. For real, I'm
I
the
have
best.
never felt like this before. Like the way that I feel today, like right now in this very moment, I've never felt
Elite.
like this in my life. Like I
But
never
imagine
felt.
being 13 and 14 and thinking the way you feel right now is how they supposed to feel at that time. And that's why
Yeah.
the suicide rates are so high, the bullying is so high, because they're literally their life is just around a perceived perfection. And their mind isn't even developed enough to realize, like, to know what self-care looks like or to know what self-love looks like. All they want is to be accepted by their peers and to be mirrored to those people that they look up to. I just think it's dangerous. I don't like it. I don't want to, drag it out, but I do have a soft spot for stuff like this because some of the conversations I hear from these kids is really scary,
No,
honestly.
and
And
I
it's
get it because I have my nieces are young, and of course that conversation has been brought up, but and I have to, um, just have a conversation with them. But at the same time, I'm like, dang, you are 21, 22. I can only say so much
well,
at the
see,
end
even
of the
at
day.
that age, it's like I think by the time they're 16, their mind is made up on who they're gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So I just
Yeah.
think that if they have that solid foundation as much as possible early on, because I know it's not all kids. It's not, even when we were growing up, we had friends that was they. I mean, they was having orgies at my school. You know what I'm saying? But I also, again, I mean, even we had MySpace and Facebook, very limited in the content that we had. You might have had some twerk videos, but you definitely was not able to click on somebody's, like, porn was something you had to search for. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I just think that sexuality is a slippery slope. I think that's my whole point of all this. And I just think that it's not one particular person's responsibility to make sure that you are raised in a safe and protective environment. But I do think that even as an adult, especially somebody who has kids, you got to think about the impact that might have. Just like how they are with guns and video games, and you might think it's just, oh, fun and games, but you got kids who run up to you, pew pew pew, with your hands, and you know what
What
I'm saying, or
about what
sixth
about that
graders who shooting a
boy?
teacher.
What about that boy who killed his mama over the video game, and even after she
Exactly.
was dead, he was still asking about the damn game?
Exactly. I remember that. And it's like that didn't come out of nowhere. Now, granted, he could have had other issues. That's true. But I think that he shouldn't have even, like, and they probably gave him the game because he kept crying about it. I'm just guessing. You know what I'm saying? But I think all these different factors turn into what becomes a 25-year-old monster that you can't do nothing about unless they decide on their own that they want to live their life a certain kind of way. And so, and I was just talking to my friend Amber today about this. I'm like, there was some people that feel like they were very sheltered. There's some people who had a lot of freedom, and both people probably wish they could trade places with the other. There's no right way to raise a child, but there are definitely initiatives that can be taken, obviously, in any environment, any village, whether you're aunt, uncle, teacher, parent, to make sure that the kid at least knows the right way. Because I think they're going to choose their path regardless. But to just have them in this free world without no guidance is just very dangerous. But anyway, let's move on because I'm gonna keep going. All right, so Draco had a topic he wanted to talk about today. Were chatting before the episode started rolling, and I'm gonna let him introduce his topic and his feelings towards the thoughts.
So I don't even know what I want to call this topic per se, but I do just have a lot to talk about, the importance of organization, and not just like physically, like stuff around your home, but just in your life in general and how easy it makes it. I'm the type of person where I've always done things on a whim. Like I'll get up and I'll plan my day out when I wake up, unless it's something important. But now I'm realizing how important it is because I don't have a sense of time. Like I drag stuff out all the time. So even when I'm cooking food now, I set a timer. When I'm taking a
Oh yeah.
shower, sometimes I set a timer just because I need to know that I'm in a shower too long, and now it's making me late for my client or making me late. Like that's those 2 minutes in LA do make a difference because that traffic is insane. You miss the traffic, you miss that traffic wave by 1 minute, you are
It's a
fucked.
wrap.
So I think for me, I didn't have a lot of people around me to show me things growing up. I did have some people. I'm not discrediting y'all if y'all listening, okay? But I'm just saying, on my day to day life, my mom worked a lot, and so I was at home by myself. I'm learning a lot of stuff from the people around me, my friends. So when it comes to things like organization and blah blah blah, if I didn't learn it from school or whatever, I wasn't really paying attention because if somebody, of course, I'm a kid. As much as you try to beat stuff in people's head, I ain't listening to that shit. Like I'm paying attention to what you're saying just so you can get out of my face. That's what it was pretty much giving. Now that's just me being honest. But now that I'm older, I'm able to retain certain information and just watch just how moving a certain way can just change your days and just change your mindset and make stuff easier for you. Is very important. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everything makes a difference. Like even having a clean car sometimes, even having a clean room, like your brain you just move different. I don't know.
Yeah.
Even in
You
my
just feel
phone,
better.
yeah, like my laptop, everything, my phone, I'm like creating folders so that way I can easily find things and make sure I know where everything is at all the time. Because let me tell you something, I've been around people recently that just have no sense of time. They have no sense of organization,
It's
and
too
their life
much.
just seemed like they were a
Chaotic.
chicken with a head cut off, and that shit is
Mm-hmm.
so annoying. So me seeing that, I never want to make nobody feel like that. Like I get like when I don't know about nobody else, but when I get annoyed or irritated by something, it takes every piece of energy out of my body, like to the point where I just want to go lay down at this point. I don't want to do nothing. I'm tired of dealing with you being irresponsible and you just losing
Yeah, it's
every
too
fucking thing
much.
every day. Like you can't keep nothing. What is going on with you? In my head, people looking at me crazy because I carry a bag every day. I carry a tote bag, a tailfire bag, a book bag, something I have on me, but that's to make sure that I have all my stuff. I know that I need to have my wallet, my phone, my keys. I know that I need some mints because I'm gonna be around people. This is things that I'm mentally making notes of that I'm not trying to be like making sure that the shit is on me every day. If I have a pouch
Yeah,
with all that stuff in there, I can easily switch bags. If I don't want to wear this bag, let me just take the pouch with all my
and put
necessities
it
in
in.
it
I do the same
and put
thing.
it in the other bag. That just makes sense instead of me sitting there scrambling through bags. Oh, I need this. No, I know where all my stuff is at. And I also am becoming a person that I hate when people move my stuff out of somewhere that I put it there
Do not touch
specifically.
my
Put it
stuff.
back. You can
Yeah.
touch it. Put it back. Put it
Don't
back,
touch it.
please. That's all I ask. Put it back where you got it from. Put it how you had it. If it was clean, clean it again. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the
And
same way.
granted,
I mean,
I didn't grow up the cleanest person. I always had a messy room. I've always had a messy room. But I think that me living on my own for so long that I know I want people at my house. I hate going to people's house and it stink. I hate going to people's house, they got bugs. I hate seeing um like just shit everywhere. So why would I want somebody to come in my space and it's like that? So I
yeah.
make sure, like I even like I'm very bougie when it comes to people bathrooms and stuff too. Sometimes, like I'm not sitting on your toilet if you got rings, you got ball cinnamon on your seat. I don't want that.
Oh my God, you can always tell somebody be cleaning for real if you look behind the the toilet seat, that little area behind it between the tank, it be all dusty and stuff.
The
Ugh.
tank in the wall.
No, the tank and the seat. So let's say you close the
Oh
toilet
yeah,
seat.
yeah, yeah. But
What
that
them
look,
little what the
I
little
go by the
screws at?
bottom. I'm old school. I need
Oh
because
yeah, that's
the bottom of it and that part. Okay, the front of the bowl that go under. People don't be
yeah.
cleaning that part either.
No, I don't play that. I
So
stay
I be
dusting
paying
and wiping.
attention. And sometimes some days I have me a little slack moment where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, but it's gonna get done.
I literally every week, every time I start cleaning, I just dedicate a different portion of the house. That's how, because I don't want nothing getting the. Well, I clean the kitchen the most, unfortunately, because I'm always cooking, of course.
Same.
But them
Kitchen and living
bathrooms, they get
room.
their own weekend. Even if it's just the bathrooms and I got 3 bathrooms. If I clean all the bathrooms in the house, it's a done. I'm good because I got 2 robot vacuums, so the downstairs and upstairs get vacuumed by default. I mop my downstairs floor maybe twice a month. I'm not gonna lie. I don't my I have a lot of rugs and stuff, so I don't have a lot of area to mop. But I usually do it when Hazel's at the dog groomer because
I
I just
hate
like to
having to
clean.
come home and think like, damn, I gotta clean up, damn, da da da.
Yeah,
But if I
especially when you're
did the shit in the
traveling.
morning, like even like my bathroom, I clean that every other day because it takes me
Yeah,
10 minutes to clean the bathroom. I mean, how much can you mess up the bathroom in 2 days? You know what I'm saying? Like I
yeah,
just
you be
wipe the.
piss on the walls and stuff.
That means you need to sit down and pee. If you would listen, men, you need to just delete your hyper masculinity. Ain't nobody in the bathroom with you when you pissing. If you know your aim is fucked and you like to pee on the seat and the
Sit
floor,
down.
okay, sit down. There's nothing wrong with that. Cause I mean, I've lived in the house with people that did stuff like that. I'll just be like, bitch, you don't see this pee on the toilet?
Yeah, oh, that's disgusting. I will say, I mean, I'm sure I think I do feel like I was born extremely organized. I don't know what it is. I
That is a
remember even as a
blessing.
kid, and
I
I've
promise.
learned that it's a unique thing. But my life, and this is why I be people try to think I be lying, but my life is so peaceful because everything already be accounted for. So it really bothers me if something is out of place. I don't even like going to people's house and stuff is messed up because I definitely be looking. I definitely go use your bathroom and pull that shower curtain
Oh
back.
my
I'm
God,
sorry.
me too.
Don't have no ring in there and you ain't even engaged. You know what I'm saying?
And
But I,
I'll be looking at the soap thing. Because if you
you know, what I like to ask folks if they use my bathroom, what color my soap is. Let me know if you wash your hands.
no, I'm talking about like people for the people that use like bar soap and stuff still. Once that bar soap start to get a little thin, go ahead and replace that out. I don't want to go in there and see five sheets of paper of soap in your on the thing.
Oh my god! You know, I always think about all the little pieces I threw away. How many bars of soap I can make out of them?
I
But
don't
yeah,
like
I'm
to,
the
I don't
same
like
way.
to see a lot of washcloths in the bathroom. Like I don't like to see none of that stuff. Now I don't even want to see the toothbrush. So I keep my toothbrush,
Okay.
the little thing with the toothbrush and the toothpaste, my teeth whitening strips, my face roller, anything that I use, my fucking flosser, the water flosser, mouthwash, everything is under the sink. I don't want to see nothing.
Really? So I keep that out because I brush my teeth so many times a day. I'm not gonna
Mm-mm.
keep reaching
I have
down.
a
But I
drawer
can
thing under
understand
there.
that.
Like it's when you open a cabinet, it's I bought a little thing that you
Your
can
water
literally
pick
pull it
not
out.
plugged in, so you replug it every time.
I don't keep it plugged in no. I don't, and I have an electric toothbrush too, but I don't charge it all the time.
Oh, interesting. Okay, okay. You know what I don't like? I don't like when people's skillets in their kitchen had them black char marks. Like, dang, you ain't got no Brillo.
Well, I cook a lot, so my pots definitely have
Ah!
it not on the inside of them, but under it. Is
No,
they?
I'm talking about on the bottom. I don't
Oh,
like
well,
seeing it.
girl,
And some people's pots be having that gunk. I'm like, you need to either replace that or you need to get down and let it soak a little bit.
nah, yeah, I definitely be letting them soak. Like if I can't get the shit out, but for the most part, that shit it be cool. It be cool.
So if you go to somebody's house and it's messy, like how what does that tell you about that person?
You know what though? Two things. It depends on what the mess give. Because for me,
Yeah.
right, if it's giving like clothes and shit like that, I would just assume that that's a busy person or
They
like
travel a lot because when you
or
trying to
moving
find outfits
around.
and
I mean,
stuff,
because
yeah.
realistically, like for real, by the time I come home, I don't want to do no shit. I'm not even thinking about that. I'm not thinking about cleaning up no shit. I'm trying to relax. I don't been out all day doing shit. I carry so many fucking bags now for work. Like I just redid all my makeup bags. I probably carry like five, plus a chair and three lights. I carry a
Child,
lot.
that's a lot. You need
And
a
then people
staff.
out here, I need an assistant, and then I have to come home and worry about cleaning them brushes to wash for the next client. I'm not worried about nothing else. I ain't
Yeah,
worried
I
about
feel you.
shit else after that.
I think the way you work, I get it because it's like you take your office with you everywhere you go.
Yeah.
So, but as long as you dedicate a day to get that together, my thing is my house. I don't care if somebody said they 30 minutes away from my house. I promise my house gonna look like a brand new Marriott nobody ever stayed in. Cause I'm
It
gonna
ain't
throw
always gonna
everything
give that with
together.
me, but I definitely try to take time. At least like when I wake up in the morning, just because I don't. I'm the type of person where like if I don't have anything to do that day, but even if I do, because sometimes I'll lay in the bed until I'm late. So to stop me from doing that when I wake up in the morning, I just have to do something. Like I have to wash
Yeah.
dishes. I gotta clean up. I gotta clean the living.
Do
Just so
you
I
use the
won't feel
dishwasher or
unproductive.
you hand
I
wash?
just started back using it. I don't want to use the dishwasher because the dishes are never clean.
Oh,
How I want
mine's
them
be
to do.
cleaning down. I think it's some people inside my dishwasher.
Well, I probably just need a new dishwasher, but
This the best
um,
one I ever had. I'm talking about. I think it's
it's
some
just so
little
much more
people in
convenient
there
though. Like it's convenient for
for
sure,
sure.
but I don't know. I just
I only hand wash my like scratch my non-stick stuff because it can't go in there.
see. I
But
haven't
yeah.
upgraded to no expensive pots and pans and stuff
Oh
yet.
yeah, that's where
So
I spent some money at. I can't lie. I spent
because
some
you
money
got
on
a
this stuff.
house, I ain't got no house. Girl, I'm living in the
I
law.
ain't always have a house.
I'm sure when you had your condo, you ain't had no damn expensive pots, did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh well, you a
Since I
different breed, boo. I ain't got
since
it.
I lived on my own, I always spent a lot of money on my cooking equipment. That's a
I
fact.
don't got that, boo. I go right to Walmart, TJ Maxx, Home Goods. What?
Oh no, I can't. I swear to God, since day one, I would spend $200 plus on some skillets and stuff. I never played about that. They
Oh
even
yeah, no.
my knives and stuff. I always spent the bag on there. I can't even lie to you.
Yeah, no. I don't spend I've spent money on stuff like that and lost it over the years. This is the reason why I'm trying to be
Oh
more
man, my
organized.
stuff.
Like
I'm telling you,
moving,
some of my
I
stuff
lost
look.
even moving here from Atlanta, like I realized maybe like 2 weeks ago, keep in mind I've been in this apartment for almost 2 years, that my gigapets are gone.
What do you think they at? Somebody stole them?
Yeah. I shipped all my shit through UPS or
Oh
whatever
yeah,
I
you did
did.
say that.
And I'm like, damn, I haven't seen that since I moved here. They gone. They been
I
gone.
don't like that. One of my neighbors right now, she's moving or she's something. Yeah, she definitely moving. I don't know if she's selling her house, she's gonna rent it out or what. But she hired a moving company to pack her stuff. And so the last couple of days they've been outside. They so on point. They tag everything. Everything got a number. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I can definitely see myself paying for the convenience of somebody packing my stuff and moving it, but I don't have that kind of trust. Like
So
I
this
just
is how
don't.
you do it. I always anytime I did a moving company, I always moved my expensive stuff myself first. So like
And
before they
now
get
at this point in my life, that's everything. No shade.
like I'm things that you can take. They're not gonna run out with no TV without you noticing.
You're right. Well, my okay, so my
But something
personal
like a
stuff.
purse or a shoe or
Hmm.
shoes or clothes or something like that, I move that in my car and send it to the house first. And then
Yeah.
I always get moving companies where they just wrap up your dresses instead of
I
you having to
don't.
take everything out.
Yeah.
They just wrap the dress up. You can't take nothing out then.
My
And I gotta
movers
be there.
actually did that. They wrapped the dress with everything in, but I don't want them touching my wall art. I just feels like it took me so
Move
long
that
to
stuff
finally get
yourself because you cannot trust people with that shit. As much as you tell them to be delicate and be gentle, and
exactly
they're
be
gonna
delicate.
fuck some shit
I
up.
will say though, my movers that I had, they were top notch. I can't lie, and I shouted them out already. I think I did, but they did a really good job. I packed all my own stuff, but the way they extra wrapped everything was 10 out of 10. They even reassembled my bed. But I just feel so attached to everything I have that I rather like when I moved in this house, I moved stuff slowly because I wanted to make sure that I could move it myself in my car. But no,
Right.
I get what you're saying. But
Now I've had some bad experience now. When I moved from
I
Sandy
know, I
Springs,
remember.
when I moved from Sandy Springs to Marietta, the damn mover stole my sex toys.
Yeah, they
That
freaky.
was really weird.
He was a freak.
I'm like, damn, you just
Oh, it's
took
giving ponytail.
Bush baby ponytail.
Y'all, let me tell y'all a little life hack I did. So let me tell you this. First of all, before wigs got popular, I always made my quick weaves into wigs. I always thought it would just made more sense to make the hairstyle last longer. So when people was talking bad on wigs, I'm like, a quick weave and a sew in ain't nothing but a wig stuck to your head, if we being honest. But anyway, y'all. So curly hair is like very high maintenance. Curly weave is very high maintenance. You gotta make sure it doesn't mat up, tangle up, get flat, get dry, blah, 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 blah. So I made my own clip-ins because if you buy clip-ins from a vendor or a hair company, whatever, they use a certain type of clips that pulls your hair out. So I use these little, I'm gonna show you what I use. I use these little wide tooth combs. But basically I made some clip-ins for
Is
my
that synthetic hair or no?
no, this Burmese curly baby, Burmese Burgos around here. But basically, I do not use synthetic hair. All my hair I can use for years to come. That's a fact.
Oh, well, that's
But
good.
anyway,
But I know a
I
lot of people,
basically
even like when they use curly hair or if they're doing like a braid style like what you got, they always be saying like they'll use synthetic hair. Like even when they do
no.
the knotless with
I
the
don't believe in wasting money, and synthetic hair don't last. So if you keep buying synthetic hair, you could have just bought some real bundles. That's how I look at it.
true.
But I basically cut up some bundles, two bundles, and made some clip-ins myself. And so now, I mean, the hair probably need to be rewashed now. But for the past week, I just been taking the clip-ins out every single day and putting them right back in my head. So I literally pay Iris to do four feed ins in the front and some cornrows in the back, so that I can just put it in like it's a sew in. And the way that the tracks lay, the way that the clips lay, it literally looked like I'm gonna send you a picture of how my hair look at the top. It literally looked like I got a sew in. And so I'm just telling y'all to just get clip-ins instead of getting sew-ins. But I know that it's gonna grow on y'all like the quick weaves had to do, like
Oh
Felicia
my
said.
god. Yeah. I kept saying that I knew immediately when tape ins had got introduced or was blown up. I said this was gonna be very short lived because this is probably worse than damn.
I don't even know why anybody would even want to get
Why would you
tape-ins.
want
Look at
that?
this picture I
The
just sent
thought
you.
of like taking melting some glue to your real hair
Yeah,
with a
it took
with
my hair
a
too long to grow to be doing
are
all
you
that.
fucking crazy? Like that's worse than you might as well get some tracks glued on your.
Not glowing nothing. Look at the picture I sent you. The way I did the clipping at the top, I basically put it in backwards and flipped it over with a little hot comb, and it looked like I got a sew in. Don't play with me. It's giving.
Your
It's
braids
giving
so neat. Oh
magician.
my god, I miss my braids now.
Iris is that girl. Okay.
Dang. See, I ain't never let
Yeah.
nobody else touch my hair but jazz it up.
Well, you better jazz it off, jazz it off, jazz
That's
it
why I
back
ended up
on.
getting my hair locked because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get my hair
You
braided
giving
how I
her too
wanted
much
to.
power. That's
Cool.
a lot of power to give somebody.
Jazz. So listen, I used to get my hair braided a lot. a lot, a lot. And at one point, Jazz had to go on maternity leave, and I let somebody braid my hair. It did not last. It didn't last. It didn't look as neat. Whatever they used in my hair was itchy. But when Jazz used to do
Hmm.
my hair, I even if
Ours,
I ain't
that
tie it
girl.
down, it would still be like nice when I woke up.
I never had a braider as efficient and perfect as ours. I swear to God, she that girl.
Yeah,
But
this
yeah.
braids was
So
neat.
I don't mean to get back. I don't mean to get off topic. My bad, y'all. But I love ease and convenience. I know I say that all the time, but anything that can save me time and save me effort, I'm gonna do it. Um. But yeah, I just feel like when people are unorganized in their home and their personal life, I just feel like it reflects in friendships and other things in life. And I have a very, 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 very low tolerance for that. So I do stop being people's friends when they unorganized or they not clean or they little stuff like that. I just
Yeah,
can't get jiggy with it.
I
It's
feel
not
you.
it'll annoy me because I see so many opportunities for improvement that I'd rather just stop talking to you because I'm not gonna take my own initiative and do it for you. Figure it out.
And we taking it
Make
back.
it
We
enough.
taking it back to the old OD podcast because now I'm back on my SHIT. Let's talk about how you can't do shit for a bitch,
Huh?
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 Oh my god.
Lord have mercy. Well,
Well,
anyhow, what do you have coming up in this upcoming week or weekend or until we record again?
I keep telling my friends that I am in the house until December because yeah, I need to just get my life together, like in all aspects. I need to get back on eating healthy. I need to get back on exercising. I need to get back on like building a routine of stuff that I'm doing every day, stuff that's
Hmm.
productive towards my business. Like I don't brought this camera. I need to be shooting content at least 2, 3 times a week.
And do because what that last video at that you was working on?
Which one?
You had sent me a clip that you was doing in CapCut.
That video has been done for a week and a half. But the only thing is, Rachel, who's my friend who works at YouTube, she's telling me that I need to make a short out of it. And the problem is that how do I do that? That
So
video,
you
that
would
video is like
rather
30.
wait to make a short than to just put the video out in general and not have
I'm
nothing
honestly,
out?
I think I'm just put it out because I'm wrecking my brain. I literally have like 3 videos ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, I get what she's saying. I understand
Maybe
that,
I can
but
use it to promote it, but I'm gonna have to because at this point my memory on my laptop is getting too full. I gotta buy a hard drive now. Like it's just
yeah.
becoming too much.
I'm no expert on YouTube, but I can't imagine you posting a video instead of a reel not make not I can't imagine it working against you. Like, "Oh no."
Pain. Yeah,
You know
that
what I'm
I
saying?
don't know.
But I
Maybe I'll
know
post
that
it this
YouTube
weekend.
has been pushing the Reels program, and so maybe you'll get more views, but I don't even know if your channel has been established yet for people to see them, right?
No, that's what. Well, I started one. I was like drafted up the page and everything. I
I'm
just haven't
saying like
uploaded.
do you already have a some followers on there?
Kinda.
I guess what I'm saying, even
It's
if you
my
do
old
the
YouTube account, but I just deleted all my old YouTube videos and then I changed the name on it.
yeah.
So I have
Well, I
a
just feel
few,
like
but
if
not
you
yeah.
put the shorts on there, I don't know. I'm no expert. I don't want to like
We're
sell
gonna just
anything, but
upload it. It'll be up by Monday. I just need to figure out how I'm gonna promote it on my socials. But this
yeah.
weekend I do have to. I'm going to BeautyCon on Saturday. I booked the last minute job with BeautyCon tomorrow. I'm working with Brooke Bailey, which is exciting
Oh,
because I like her.
nice. I
So
don't know much
Sunday is
about her.
my
I just
last
know
little
her
hoorah.
name.
Sunday gonna be my last little hoorah because I did buy a ticket to Everyday People a long time ago, but just because the last time I went I paid $50. So I was like, let me just start doing things in advance to save money. So I bought a
There you go.
ticket. So I'm gonna go on Sunday. So I got to get a haircut on Sunday. Finally, I had a freaking. Let me tell you my experience with this hair dye shit. I can't do it. I cannot do it. So I went to Sally's.
Oh yeah.
I had a whole conversation with the girl in the front. Like she works in there, but it's not her fault. I'm not blaming her at all. She put me onto this stuff by Ion that was like PPE free. PPE is the ingredient that I'm allergic to. So the PPE,
Personal protective equipment, like from COVID.
PP. Oh no, but I don't know what.
It might be the same acronym. I'm just talking junk.
Yeah. So that wasn't in it, and then it was made from like pistachios, all, like literally stuff that I can use on my
Natural
skin,
stuff.
natural stuff. And I bought the developer that go with it, and then what else I about to go? Oh, I bought the conditioner to seal it. So this is supposed to be a vegan permanent dye. So I'm like, oh shit, okay, cool. Let's see if this works because I need something that don't come off because my hair is gray on my face. You see, my hair not gray no more. However,
Okay,
comma,
so it did the job. It's just the
it did.
process of getting
Mind you,
there.
this is the only thing that has worked on my beard in like 5 years because I've been using
Why are
the.
you running from the grays?
I
You just
don't
don't
like
like
the
the
contrast. If my beard was all gray, then I wouldn't care.
use a Sharpie.
I use mascara, but it be getting on my clothes. So I was like, I need to get some dye. So it worked, but it broke me out. Now it wasn't as bad as before. Like my face and eyes wasn't like swollen and stuff because before that shit was bad. But my face has just been really itchy. It's swollen and red and raw feeling and dry because I keep having to wash it. I've been taking Benadryl for the last 3-4 days. So I've been like very grouchy and tired. I'm over it. So I'm
Yeah,
finally
so
getting a hair
what are you
transplant.
gonna do? What's the solution? What do people who have that kind of reaction normally do? They just deal with it or
I don't
what?
know. I don't know what to do.
Cause
I'm
this what buys you a couple of weeks until it start growing back out.
what?
Like the dye, it'll
Oh
last,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like,
Probably a couple weeks. My hair grow fast too, so it's probably a few days.
mm.
So I don't know. I'm just going to use the mascara until then. But I'm so mad because I'm like I wonder if it's something that now. Granted, there is this stuff that I put in it. It's this stuff called gray. Is it? I don't know. It comes in a really small bottle, but it's for people with gray hair, and they drop like 2 drops in it. Um,
I
to
need to
make the
read.
color actually stay on their hair. Now I don't know if I put too much of that in there because I did drop like 12 in there.
So you gonna try it again? Spot test it,
Yeah, I might have to just spot test it and see. Cause it
and it'll be
worked.
the
Look at
right
this.
one.
This I've tried everything. I've tried henna. I've tried every
I
single thing.
Regine on what was it Regine on Living Single? She used a Sharpie.
I've used a brow pencil. I've used mascara. I've used a marker. I've used a brow marker.
I
I've
ain't got no
used.
gray hairs yet. I feel like one of these days I'm just looking. I'm
I'm
like,
not
oh
even
well,
necessarily
here you
running
go.
from it. I just don't like how it look. It because
Yeah, I get it.
it's
You
so
wanted to grow how you want to grow.
yeah. And if it's gonna be gray, it needs to be fully gray because the problem is that the gray hair is blending in with my skin and it looked like I got a patchy beard because of
So
the
why don't you dye
placement
your
of it.
beard gray?
No, I'm not doing that. I have thought about dyeing my beard blonde and then putting a black dye over that to see if that works. Like put like red and then
I
put
wouldn't
black.
even try that. That seemed like a lot of steps.
I don't know. That's too much, right? Do
Yeah, that's a lot. I'm glad it wasn't. I'm glad you didn't turn out looking like a Boston baked bean, but
Yeah,
that
I could.
could have been
Yeah, no, no,
bad.
no. It was fine. I'm like I still was able to like go out in public, but my face was just raw. So I keep spraying my face with um sea breeze so it won't get no germs in my skin because it's still like open. Like now I feel like it's drying up, so it's itchy and peeling. It's like you get a perm and you know how you pick the scab out your head.
Ooh, yes. That's
So
why
just
you can't scratch
imagine
your
that. So
head if
I've
you
been
finna get a
picking
perm.
scabs out of my beard for the last 3 days. It's so weird.
Ooh, child, you just made my head start burning talking about them perms. I remember literally not scratching my head for like a week until I got a perm, and then still putting Vaseline down on my scalp and still getting scabs. Ah, I can't believe we was putting that stuff in our head. Jesus Christ.
But you used to be so funny because every time you would get a perm, you would enjoy taking the scabs out.
I know it's something therapeutic about scabs, but one thing about it, I can't afford no scars, so we're gonna team natural it out and use some kind of oil or
Like
shea
I
butter or
used to
whatever.
be, you used to be on the
Cause
bus. Like
sometimes they used to be packed in one spot and they'd be like, "Ooh,
yeah,
start
you would
picking a
be on the bus
booger."
like oh my gosh, a scab in my head from the perm. Like why are
Oh
you
my
excited
god, I'm
about
so
that?
glad I don't get relaxers no more. I love my natural hair.
Oh my
Anyways,
god,
all right. Well, let's wrap this thing up. I got a couple trips coming up, but it's over time and I'm not gonna be specific about when they gonna happen. So just know I do have to go to Minnesota again and I'm going to New York, but that's all you need to worry about.
Minnesota.
Yeah, that's my second home at this point, child. So
Period. Okay.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, y'all. That's it. Holla at your girl.
And your squirrel. I'm hot.
I'm hot just like you know it.
I'm burning up.
Woo-hoo, burning up. All right, bye.